So this is how it's set up right now. All right. And it says, it says featured. Now, what I think should be these 3 boxes should literally be multiplayer, campaign, and Spec Ops, right? Now, if you don't know to go in here to quick play and filter it, this is where all the modes are. Team Deathmatch, Free-for-all, Domination, Search and Destroy, Headquarters, Kill Confirmed, Hardpoint, Prisoner Rescue, Knockout. So if you just want to play one of these modes, you just come in here and you check the box. Then there's third-person Mosh Pit, there's Prisoner Rescue. And so we have featured, and then we have multiplayer. I don't know why these things are separate, but they're separate. So this apparently isn't multiplayer. That's great categorical labeling, huh? Anyways, Ground War, Invasion, and Private Match are all multiplayer. And these say multiplayer underneath of them, but they also say featured at the top. And then this is multiplayer. Okay, cool. And then I don't know why the campaign is here. You have resume game, new game, mission select, cinematics, and then you come down to Spec Ops. And down here, this is where some of what I'm talking about just gets chaotic. Now, keep in mind, right now, I'm not actually in anything yet. So if I click on Quick Play, it brings me into here. Do you see? So I don't understand why you wouldn't just do... If I imagine me clicking multiplayer brings me here. And then across the bottom now, you have all the modes that I can pick. Like now I'm in the game. But I'm not in the game right now. I'm in quick play. And if I don't want to do quick play, I have to leave and then pick this and go back in. Now, as far as I can tell, it's putting me in some kind of an instance or using some type of a server ping to do this. That's why it's kind of laggy when you first come in and your teammates join you. So do you think it's good for the game for people to be like, oh, wait, I don't want to do this. I want to do prisoner rescue. Bing, do it again. Go back in there. Create another instance. Create another lobby for that guy. So instead of me going into multiplayer and it creating a lobby and then I determine where I want to go, I'm constantly remaking the lobby. That's probably why playing together is such a nightmare, because they're constantly having to make, create, and delete lobbies more than they've ever had to before. I'm not in a lobby right now. Now I'm in a lobby. And now I'm not. And now I'm in a lobby. Like, whoever designed this, I can't understand why they did it. It doesn't make any logistical background sense. Like, why wouldn't you have me click multiplayer and then I'm in a multiplayer lobby? I would come down here, I'd click Spec Ops, and then I'd be in a Spec Ops lobby. Instead, I have to click on the low profile mission, and now I'm in a Spec Ops lobby. Do I want to switch missions? Oh, of course I do. Let me leave the lobby and go all the way back down and switch missions. Who designed this? Don't you see? You always feel like you've made a mistake or you've got to go back or something. It doesn't make any sense. And my kits are still wrong. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, it says I can press X to view that kit. It doesn't do anything. See how it says X view underneath? Nothing. Hold it down. Nothing. None of the buttons do anything. Only thing that does anything is circle backs you out. So it would not surprise me. It would not surprise me in the least if a lot of their problems and a lot of their bugs are because the UI is so redundant that you're constantly having people leaving and making lobbies because they clicked the wrong thing or they want to switch. So if I want to switch from Prisoner Rescue to third-person Mosh Pit or from Quick Play to Prisoner Rescue, I have to leave and create a new lobby every time. Oh, and every time I do that, if I have a party with me, it yanks the whole party out of that lobby, and then we create a brand new one. I cannot imagine the infrastructure pain that must be causing. It makes sense now on Friday night why, if you had more than 3 people in your lobby, it messed with the game and you couldn't play. It makes sense. It's like it was constantly recreating and creating lobbies, and so many people were playing that night. We need 28 more likes on the vid if you guys are enjoying the discussion. I'm basically arguing that I think the game is super bloated and super buggy, and a lot of the reasons, there's just way too much in here, and it's not organized very well. Spec Ops is fun, but it just isn't organized very well. I think some of the game modes are really fun. I was really enjoying Kill Confirmed, but the navigating of the menus and everything, I don't think it's put together all that well. And I welcome a UI update. I really, really do, because the thing that bums me out about this is these are the things, like, I actually think this indirectly puts a lot of feathers in the caps of really good UI designers. The people that do the stuff that's less celebrated, because a good UI gets ignored. It doesn't get in the way of anything, and it gets ignored. Really good menu systems and really straightforward logistical organizations of systems, if it's good, you ignore it. You don't pay any attention to it. So I think this really highlights, like, wow, when we get really, really good UI, we should really be like, man, the devs did such a good job with this. This is such a good system. And those poor people never get any kudos. They never get any praise. Because if they do a good job, you don't pay any attention to it. The UI in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 is set to receive an overhaul that will be performed in stages rather than all at once, according to a new report from a well-known Call of Duty leaker. This leak says, the results primarily boiled down to time, coordination, and working from home. In conversation with an associate, it was mentioned that some revision is coming to the UI and the UX for future Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0. It's a work in progress. There's a lot of moving pieces. Updates have been well underway. Seemingly a more piecemeal approach to refining the UI and the UX stages rather than on launch. Several departments continue to work in collaboration to sharpen the UI and other features interfaces for Season 1 and beyond. So it sounds like we should be seeing at least something happening for Season 1. Which is what, November the 14th, 16th? I think it's November the 16th. Interesting, maybe it's bugged. So do you recommend this game? I haven't purchased it yet. That's such a good question. I'm getting a lot of hate because I strongly recommended this game after playing the campaign. And I still do. I still think the campaign's fantastic. But you know what I've been running into in the campaign? Bugs. I had a bug last night where I experienced, on regular mode, I experienced that driving mission, and I was like, now I know why everybody complained about this mission. It's a buggy, glitchy, poorly designed mess. It's a mess. The cars wouldn't be in the right position, so I couldn't jump. I couldn't jump to the next car because it was too far away. Like there was some kind of a glitch where, and finally the next time, it was like after 3 deaths, the car got close enough for me to jump on. It was the one where like Price tells you to do it. And then there was the one where they threw the mines on the ground. And like I drove around an exploded car and couldn't see, and I got hit head on and my whole car blew up. And I was like, okay. So I redid that section, and you know what happened? It didn't load the truck with the mines. I drove and I drove and I drove. It was comical. I was just driving for forever. And then finally it flashed checkpoint and it spawned the truck with the mines. I was like, what? It was so glitchy and so buggy. The ghillie suit mission, I got to a certain portion where I was laying in the grass and they're supposed to walk past you and then get in their cars and leave. And they just wouldn't do it. They would just get out of the cars and they just stood around. I literally had to run down, get behind them, and fight them. I died like 5 times. I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. I'm just laying in the grass waiting for Price to say something. It's so, like, I really, really like the campaign, but my second playthrough, it turned on a dime. I played through like the first 5 or 6 missions. I was like, oh, this is still just as good as I remembered. And then all of the sudden, it was like glitch, 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 bug, glitch, 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 bug.